up? Can you hear me? This is Tyler from the Aftertouch podcast with my boy Taft.
What's up, everybody?
Let's look at the camera. Make sure my hair is good. Just woke up. Joking. I'm super tired. Can't wait to go to sleep. All right. We have an awesome episode today. We got Marcus from The Strike.
Hey guys.
Marcus,
I was told this is Radiolab with Jed Abumrad and Robert Quelwich.
And then, it appears it's us.
Have you been on a podcast before, Marcus?
No, I have not.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Never.
What about other people in your band they've been on?
A guy, no.
No. This is the first appearance of The Strike.
Yeah, this is the first time.
This is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope. We're breaking grounds.
Yeah.
So, all right. How long have you been in the band The Strike? Are you one of the founders?
No, actually. Well,
The founders.
so
originals.
I mean, it's kind of hard to. It's kind of like you're, I don't know, nitpicking at it. But I actually joined the band after their second or third gig.
Okay.
So they started. Our lead singer and our former keyboard player, they kind of got together, started writing songs, and then they got a bunch of people that I was in a band with already to be in their band, and then they played some shows, and then the trumpet player had to miss a show, and so I got called in to be part of it, and that's kind of how I got started. It was just because I took it.
So did you start out with trumpet?
No. So I'm the trombone player.
Trombone.
And they just needed another horn player.
Oh,
so
okay.
They got me, and then they stuck with me.
Oh, nice. What kind of genre is your guys' band?
It's like it's a pop band.
Okay.
I mean, we've kind of shifted through a lot of different sounds.
Yeah.
But we've settled on pop.
So what's
pretty pop.
So what's something that I could attribute it to, compare it to nowadays?
I'm trying to think.
Because every time I hear that there's brass, I'm like, I immediately go to ska.
Yeah.
I guess but then you said pop, and I was like, oh, that's.
Well, the band I was in before The Strike, I mean, we're all still in it, and we all play one gig every 2 years. But
nice.
It's a ska band. We were all in a ska band together,
sick.
and then
You guys skank it up.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know what genre. To be honest, I don't listen to a lot of pop music.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of hip hop, rap, jazz, rock.
Okay.
I do listen to pop, but I don't listen to a lot of it. So it's kind of hard for me to, find a sound.
Yeah. What rappers are you listening to right now? And what rock bands?
Kendrick.
Kendrick, his new album.
Yeah, I really like.
It's good.
I like Damn. I also. It's not my favorite one though. I really liked To Pimp a Butterfly. That was really awesome.
This new one's pretty deep. It's It's deep, and you can tell. I'm like, oh, you got issues, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's like it's so different. Like the To Pimp a Butterfly was so. I mean, he used all my favorite jazz musicians on the album to record it, and so. That was why I loved it, was because of that.
Did he sample the musicians?
No. He had them come into the studio
and actually play.
He actually played.
That's
cool.
They
actually played in the studio.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
And then
cool.
What rock bands are you listening to?
Rock. I listen to a lot of old rock, like Queen.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you like Zeppelin?
Love Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Taft loves Zeppelin. Does Beastie Boys count as rock?
Beastie Boys is rap, they're hip hop.
Yeah,
and then they all. I don't know the history very much, but they started out just kind of this rap group that Rick Rubin was producing, and then I think they all just decided they wanted to learn instruments, and that's when they did Sabotage and stuff like that.
They're like, maybe people will take us more seriously if we played instruments.
I have no idea. I'm not I've listened to the Beastie Boys. I don't listen to a lot of the Beastie Boys though. So
that's the thing with Beastie Boys though, is that they don't play as many instruments as other bands because they use drum machines and samples and vocal chops and.
Well, yeah, they're rappers first and foremost, so. That's kind of the thing.
I'd never listened to Beastie Boys until we went on a road trip, and Taft. We put Taft in charge of the music. Mm-hmm. I should have put him in charge of the music on the way to Seattle because it was my iPod, and I mean my music's great, of course. But then Tap put his iPod in on the way home, and I'm like, dang, you listen to some really cool stuff.
That's cool. Yeah. My first exposure to the Beastie Boys was my cousin's iPod. He had the first iPod.
Oh man,
The
And he
big
had
white brick.
The big white brick. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. We spent our summer at my grandparents' house, or I came up to visit, and he would come hang out with me while I was staying at my grandparents' house, and we were probably like 10 or 11, and I just remember he had that iPod, and we listened to, what did he have on it? We listened to a ton of Beastie Boys, In the Club by 50 Cent. The first Black Eyed Peas album was on his iPod.
Oh man.
What else was on there? Just a lot of crappy stuff, really. But I mean, I liked it.
Do you like when it comes to your hip hop or rap? Do you like Lil Dicky?
I think he's funny.
Dude, I love Lil Dicky. I think his lyrics are
He's got
clever.
bars for sure.
He does, for like a white Jewish nerdy dude who just wanted to be a comedian. He's like, no one's taking me seriously as a comedian,
Yeah.
so I'll rap
Yeah.
but be a comedian.
Yeah, I think he's so funny.
What's another rapper I've been listening to? I kind of got into G-Eazy.
Yeah.
A little bit. Lil Dicky, I don't know why. I'm like, I'll just go back to Lil Dicky.
Yeah.
What about Eminem? What do
I
you think
love
of that?
Eminem. He's one of the best.
He's the king.
He really is one of the best.
Yeah.
I also listen to a lot of Kanye. I'm like Team Kanye.
You
all
team
the way.
Kanye?
Yeah.
I think I stopped listening to him after his like third album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets really weird after that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was like, I don't know. I think he started delving in with the Kardashians, and I was like, maybe I should step back. And
I like it. You should listen to those albums. They're really
I should?
fun. Yeah.
Okay.
I really love Black Skinhead, and I wasn't like a huge fan of Life of Pablo, but I think it was good.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there are some songs on there that I really love, but I like as far as the whole album, I didn't really like get into it a ton. But I really love Black Skinhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check those out. Yeah, I do like rap. Rap is, I don't know. It's a different form of like, because I know my base is I love punk rock music.
Oh really?
Punk pop rock music. Like
Nice.
Good Charlotte and whatnot.
I'm in a fake pop punk band.
Yeah. But then like sometimes like I don't know why, but when I work out, I love listening to rap because for some reason, all those like workout montage videos on YouTube.
It's always rap.
It's always
that they're
rap music. They're
jamming
always
Yeah,
like
Hold up. Yeah.
And you're just like, so every time I'm doing push-ups, I feel like I can do more because I feel like someone's filming me.
Yeah. That's funny. That's really funny. No, it's cool that you like pop punk because I play bass in a pop punk band with my friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What pop punk?
We just
influences?
do covers. Like we just
Oh,
like
really?
we just and we've never performed. We've performed live once,
Uh-huh.
and we have like 2 or 3 of our own songs, but we do.
What
all
bands
of
do you
our-
cover? What bands do you cover?
We've done Paramore.
Oh, yeah.
Blink 182.
Oh yeah.
Newfound Glory.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think of who else we've done.
Oh my God.
There's so many.
It's just
Green
my-
Day. Yeah,
That's
we just,
my iPod. You're just like
Yeah.
listening like my iPod.
Yeah, Green Day. Oh, we do Avril Lavigne.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I love
Yeah.
Avril.
Yeah.
Thank you, Canada.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's hot.
Yeah. Is she single?
No, dude, she married Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
Oh,
She married the lead singer of Nickelback.
No.
I'll have to. I'm gonna research this real quick.
I heard Haley Williams is splitting up with a guy
from Newfound Glory.
Newfound
I know.
Glory.
Shame.
There's hope.
There is hope, dude. But have you listened to Paramore's new album?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
So I had to take a step backwards because I realized they're
changing.
They're changing
Uh-huh.
on purpose, right? So it's not like I should be expecting it to be all of their past albums because I know they're trying to change. So that being said, I appreciate what they're doing and I can appreciate some of the things they're going for as far as pop music goes, but like I don't love it because I'm so used to like the old Paramore.
Yeah, the old Paramore's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I maybe I
liked their singles. I loved Hard Times and the other one. For all I know.
I I don't know, dude. I legit tried listening to that album. I was like, I can't do this, and
Yeah.
I just turned it off.
Yeah.
I went through every song. I gave each one like maybe 30
Really?
seconds, and I was like,
Okay.
I can't do this.
You didn't like Fake Happy?
No, I didn't like.
I
didn't
liked Fake Happy.
But maybe I think the reason why was because I didn't take a step back,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to like go back and be like, okay, you
Yeah.
know what?
Yeah.
The old Paramore's dead.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
is new Paramore.
Well, it's also like, I mean, I read the Wikipedia or not Wikipedia. There were just some interviews that I watched and read that kind of gave some backstory to it. So I understood it a little bit better. There was some band drama and
Huge band drama.
yeah.
I was also and then during the band drama, she kept posting pictures of their studio time, and I was getting concerned because I saw more synthesizers than guitars,
Yeah.
which is cool. Like Taft's like, yeah, synthesizers, but I was just like, where's the guitar? They had
Yeah.
crap ton of synths. That room was full.
Yeah.
I have to show you the picture, Taft. You'll be like, I love that.
Well, it warms my heart that they were using real synthesizers and not just like plugins that they could buy online.
Oh yeah, no.
That's good.
Dude, Taft, go for it. Taft's super into electronic. Do you like electronic music?
Yeah, I'm like I really got into Dead Mouse's last album. And,
Okay, cool.
Trying to think of who else I've been listening to.
So you're kind of easing into it then, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, so like Dead Mouse. Who else? There's lots of people I just kind of like pick up.
Yeah.
every once
Do you
in a while.
listen
It's
to-
not my main thing.
Do you listen
So I'm
to
not very
Deadmau5?
knowledgeable about
No.
it.
I don't even know who Dead Mouse is. Is he the guy that spells mouse wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
MAU5.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And he wears that big helmet
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
Wait, what are? That sounds like it hurts.
Uh-huh.
What Taft? What are like 5 like if you needed to introduce like him and me? What are some top 5 starters for electronic music?
Aphex Twin.
Aphex Twin.
Oh, I love Aphex Twin.
Yeah.
I've
I'm
listened-
actually gonna write this down because I've been meaning to have you do it and I keep forgetting. Okay, FX Twin,
Aphex Twin. The Knife.
the knife.
I'd also say this is more kind of like mixture of rock and electronic, but Cut Copy is good.
Cut
kind of
Copy.
if you're transitioning because they have pop and rock
I
elements.
need a transition.
But it's lots of like electronic influence. Those are a good 3 to start
Okay,
with.
we'll start
I
out-
could name a lot of
Boards of
obscure
Canada.
ones.
You
Boards
listen
of
to Boards
Canada
of
is
Canada.
really good.
I really
yeah.
like Boards of Canada.
Yeah.
They're really
Yeah.
cool. I would listen to them while I'd like study when I was in school.
Oh yeah, that's perfect study music.
Yeah.
It's like ambient and just
yeah,
moody.
I would actually, because I mean, I didn't have like, this was before subscriptions and like all of that stuff, and
It's
no
like
one's gonna
Spotify
buy
and stuff.
music, like
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No. It was my freshman year, and I would sit in the library, and there was this website called Playlist.com, and everyone was using it back then. I just remember. I mean, probably everybody. By everybody, I mean like 25 people were probably using it. But I would like find playlists on there that other people made, and I just listen to like Boards of Canada while I would write essays for my freshman English class.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When did you start playing keyboard? How long have you been doing that?
So I started taking piano lessons my junior year of high school, and that was just because I realized I needed to have some piano skills if I was going to major in music, and then I kind of started practicing more while I was on my LDS mission, because there's a significant amount of time to kill in northern Canada.
People weren't too receptive there then.
No, it was just it wasn't that. It was just there was nobody there. Like
Yeah.
my first area was this tiny town called Peace River, Alberta, and there's only so many doors you can knock
Before you start repeating.
before you run out.
So you
like,
haven't
I
moved
remember,
yet?
yeah, and so it would be funny. I don't know how many of your listeners are LDS. Probably all of them if you're in Utah.
Probably,
but,
Yeah,
probably
or most of them. Yeah.
Most.
But anyways, or they'll at least know what I'm talking about. So my first companion was the district leader, and he had to call in like all the numbers, but they would fax them in. This is like
Oh
way
my
back in the day.
gosh.
They would fax them in to him, and so we would have to be in the church to use the fax machine. And so while he was doing all that, I just go play the piano. like in the
The
like
fax machine.
we'd leave both of the doors open because we're not allowed to be alone.
Yeah,
We'd leave
yeah.
both of the doors open.
You
and
can
I
see
would
me.
just- Yeah, I would just play piano. I'd like wheel the piano out in the hallway or whatever.
playing
That's
playing
awesome.
super loud just lets you know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
You're still there.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
sitting down.
No, and so I actually practiced a lot and got a lot better, and then I've just kept practicing and building up my skills since then.
What kind of keyboard do you use? You use a synthesizer?
Yeah. I use a Roland VR09 combo.
I don't know what that is.
It's like it's lightweight, so it's easy to carry around, and it has a good piano sound, good organ sound, and it has drawbar settings on it, so you can change the organ, and then it has some like nice like basic synth presets that you can edit on your, like there's an app you can download on your iPad and then
Okay,
edit
so
it.
there's software that comes with the hardware.
Yeah.
so you
There's
can-
software that I make my own sounds and I program my own sounds for like strike shows and stuff.
Oh, that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
really sweet. Do you own any analog synthesizers?
No, I don't. I wish I did. They're so expensive.
Yeah.
They're so expensive.
After we're done recording here, I've got some stuff.
Oh,
to show you.
dude.
Yeah.
If you're selling, I'm buying.
Taft does not play around when it comes to synthesizers.
That's
yeah,
cool,
I don't
man.
play around.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
No, my next purchase is actually going to be either a Prophet or a what was the other one that I was gonna get? Well, I need to get a really good weighted keyboard. My keyboard doesn't have weighted keys.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
hate-
It's more synth action, but
Yeah,
you
it's
want
more
something
synth-
more piano.
Yeah, so because I play piano on a lot of the songs
Yeah.
in the strike, so I need a really good weighted. So I'm in the market to buy that. That's probably the first one I'm going to buy. Then I'm going to buy a Prophet, and I'm going to just have that'll be my live setup for when I can. Like when I'm traveling for smaller venues, I'm going to take the Roland with me because it's just so easy.
Yeah, for sure.
But for like shows, like local shows, that I'm going to bring. Yeah, I'm going to bring a 3 keyboard setup.
That'd be
do any of
sick,
your do
yeah.
any of your synths have weighted keys?
Not fully weighted keys.
Okay.
Most synthesizers have semi-weighted
Uh-huh.
keys. Fully weighted would be kind of weird, to be honest, on a
Really?
synthesizer because you want to be able to have play it
Motion.
quick. Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Yeah, just in a fully weighted key, this actually comes with our name, the podcast After Touch.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things you can do on a synthesizer, if it's not fully weighted, you can push down easier, and then there's a pressure point that when you push down harder, you can modulate parameters
Yeah.
in the
So
synth.
the aftertouch is that final
Aftertouch
pressure.
is that. It's like that added
Weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weight to it.
Yeah. Also, like when you're playing a weighted keyboard, there's this touch to a piano that lets it ring a little bit. There's a little bit of ring afterwards, even if you're not holding down the pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
if
so,
you-
like-
even if you like,
And
with
if you're
your
trying to,
hands, like,
and if you're trying to play fast lines on like a organ sound on a weighted keyboard, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no.
it's hard.
So your band, The Strike.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just got back from China.
Yeah.
What were you doing in China, man? Like, that's my place.
We were playing for the 27th annual Qingdao Beer Festival.
Qingdao. Please tell me, did you guys go up on stage and were you guys like, "Yo, ni hao"?
Please? Our lead singer he learned a couple of phrases in Chinese
Oh
and
my gosh, that's so.
hey, ni hao.
Ni hao. And at the end
Wo
of
ai
the show,
ni men.
"Shi shi ni." That's so.
It was, yeah, we'd say like, wo ai ni men.
What's that mean?
That means I love you all.
Oh. Wait, what's that? Wait, what is it? I want to go back home to my grandma today because she's Chinese.
Yeah.
And say so. What's Wao Ni Hen?
Wo ai
Wo
ni men.
I. Wo I.
Ni men.
Ni men.
Yeah.
Wo I ni
I'm
men.
probably pronouncing it
Oh,
wrong.
dude, she's gonna love me.
Wo ai ni men.
Wo I.
But if it's her on her own, don't say
Yeah,
that
I love
because
you
that's
all.
all.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to say I love you.
I'll wait till my grandpa goes home and be like, "Wo I ni men."
Yeah, exactly. But it's
Yeah.
just for your grandma.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll make it so I don't have to pay
Uh,
rent. How was that? What was it like performing? Like, how did you? All right, let's go to step one. How did you guys even like get invited to?
So our lead singer, Chris, went to high school with a kid who emigrated from China. Well, I guess immigrated. He was here on a green card. I don't think he ever just became an American citizen. I think he's still a Chinese citizen.
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah. So he came here like in his middle school years and then learned English and all of that stuff and was friends with with our lead singer, and we were playing a show down in California, and he showed up with kind of his buddies because he's actually a booking contact for the
Oh, that's
company
sick.
that books for that, and he showed up at one of our shows down in LA, and he's like, "Oh, we really love you guys. We'd love to have you." And so he tried to get us last year, and we couldn't do it. Like, just something came up and we couldn't do it. And then this year we finally got it done.
So what was it like?
It was insane.
was it fun?
Yo, it was way fun.
How many people
It
did
was
you
way
perform in front of?
fun. So they had like a main stage, and we played on there once, and there were, a good, 3,000 people there
Yeah.
maybe. But we played every single day for a crowd of maybe, 500, 600 people.
Yeah.
And it's new people every day because it's kind of like a park. It's like a theme park almost.
Yeah.
And so like every day we were pulling in maybe 600, 700 people. I don't know.
How long is
exactly.
your set list?
So our sets varied. Everything. That's the other thing about this trip that was insane was everything was so different day to day. Like there was no like plan.
You're like, in this country I've
Like,
never been.
You
with
guys
people
are
I don't
paying
understand.
You guys are paying us thousands of dollars to come out here, and you don't have any plan for us. But
Yeah.
it was really crazy. Yeah, it was odd.
It was fun.
Some days it was just 20 minutes.
Oh.
Some days it was 20 minutes twice. Some days it was just
So you go on twice?
one time for 35, 40 minutes. One time it was an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did
Yeah.
you do anything else while you were there, like sightseeing, or
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it just
We went and did some sightseeing. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the Great Wall, but we did make. I mean, we were buddies with those people by the end, so they said they want to have us out next year. So
Oh,
next
that's
year,
sweet.
we've kind of planned it. We thought we were going to be able to have time to go out because they said we could like extend our days off or whatever or something like that. But just the way the schedule worked out, we couldn't get our days off enough because we were about 7 hours from Beijing, like a 7-hour drive, maybe 4-hour train ride, and then in addition to that, the Great Wall is like a long ways.
It's a huge
out.
commitment. You got to
Yeah, yeah.
definitely have like 2-3 days of.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do if we get to go next year, if they book us again, then we're gonna go like a day or two early, spend a couple nights in Beijing, go to see the Great Wall, go see the Forbidden City.
Oh,
and then,
nice.
yeah.
That's sick.
that, yeah.
I'm trying to think. I had a question about band stuff. Oh, this is a funny quirk thing. When you play your keyboard,
Uh huh.
are you facing the crowd or are you one of the side ones so you can like turn? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually it varies depending on the stage.
Okay, that's true.
So like I don't know if you guys have ever been to Valor in Provo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's where I first saw you.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
At Valor, I'm sideways.
Because it's such a small stage.
Yeah, I'm like crammed right up there next to the drummer, and I'm making eye contact with Matt the whole time.
like, hey,
Yeah.
how you doing?
We're roommates, so it's cool.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
used
Those
to it.
keyboards take
Yeah.
up a lot of space. though.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Prefer?
Like, do you prefer to be on the side, like sideways, like?
Oh, if I
Like,
had my
yeah,
way,
yeah.
I'd be like on a tower with like 8 keyboards surrounding me.
yeah.
If
That'd be
the
awesome.
if any venue could support that, then that's how I would do it. But
Like, do you play like in School of Rock, that Asian kid with his pointer finger?
dude,
You're the bee's
I wish I
knees.
could do that. I wish I could. I wish I had an opportunity, but we don't play that song. So
How often what do you do more, keyboard or trombone?
it's right now. It's probably I don't know. It's either 50-50 or 60-40.
Do you jump with your trombone? Like,
Yeah.
bang, like.
Yeah. There's a lot of trombone moves that I could show you guys someday.
moves. They're like moves. He's like looking up on YouTube. Trombone moves.
moves.
Don't Google that, kids.
don't Google.
Oh man. And so, okay. Then you also said you do solo music, which I feel like every musician does. If they're in a band, they obviously
Yeah.
they have to do solo stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because you're wanting to do your own thing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you said you do rap, or what do you? What?
So I rap in the strike. I haven't
Okay.
really written, like I haven't done a lot of my own rap.
Uh huh.
I have written a couple of my own raps, but I'm too afraid to show anybody right now.
It's scary.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
I don't know how our lead singer does it. Like he's got some major stones because like to be able to like have something that you lyrically wrote like an idea and like to show that to people,
and it could be shot down.
It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way to a certain degree about showing my music to people because I feel like yeah, they either like it or they don't like it, right? But with instrumentals or with like music that I really like or that I'm making, if there's no lyrics in it and people say, "Oh, I don't like it," then I can just say, "Well, whatever." You know, there are people who will like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of one thing, but yeah, writing lyrics is scary.
I remember in high school when I was recording music by myself, I would only show my friend Brian.
Oh, really?
He's the only person.
Brian, thank you for being a good friend.
Yeah, because it's like I'm not gonna show anyone else. They're gonna make fun of me. But Brian was my yes man. He goes, "Dude, that was sick!" And like, even if it was the worst, he's like, "Dude, that was awesome. That one was way better than the last one." I'm like, "Thanks, Brian."
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Everyone needs a Brian.
Yeah, everyone does need a Brian.
Do you record your own stuff?
Yeah.
What software do you use to record your stuff?
Cubase.
Cubase. I like Cubase.
Yeah, so I'm using Cubase right now.
Cubase is also good for keyboards. It's a
Yeah, well, it came with my interface that I bought, and I don't want to mess with Pro Tools. I'm too scared
Well,
of Pro Tools.
Yeah, there's
It's
so much crap.
It's so
that you can-
expensive, and it's just a monstrous undertaking.
Anything that's industry standard, like there's just too much to. Like that's why I don't like for my illustration work. Everyone's like, you gotta get Photoshop. I'm like, there's a lot of things you can do with Photoshop.
Yeah.
I just don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, totally.
So do you do music full time?
Yeah, that's all I do.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
awesome.
music.
Like for the strike.
So
like,
I
that's
play. I mean, the strike is definitely a huge part of it, but also I do a lot of freelance work. I play in a couple corporate and wedding bands around town. They give me calls and say,
That's
"Hey, we
money.
need a
That's where the
trombone."
money is.
And so I get a decent check from them every once in a while. Yeah,
That's cool.
I play for a group called Groove Merchants a lot. It's really fun.
Groove what?
Groove Merchants.
Groove Merchants. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We were because when you said that when I lived in England, I was in a band, and the guy who was recording us was the drummer's like best friend growing up. My drummer was my young man's president.
Oh, cool.
In our punk rock band, he was like 22, so like
That's funny.
he was
That's
still
hilarious.
like he's still hip. He still is hip now.
Yeah.
And I just remember one day while he just goes up to us, he goes, "Guys, bands like this, they're cool. They're cool. You might make it, but you know where the money's at? Cover bands, cover wedding bands."
That's funny.
And
That's
so
really
that's all
funny.
he does, and like he makes a lot of money doing like functions.
Yeah.
But he's just like, I just remember him, cover band.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in it. It's definitely like kind of this. I don't know. I prefer to do my own creative stuff all the time, but
Yeah.
I like doing the cover band thing
You make
too.
some like sick rap beats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
dude? We gotta get out. Like, what if Taff makes a beat for you right now? Will you freestyle?
No. I am not. I'm not Eminem. I can't just like pull it out of my head.
Yeah, there's some I don't know how we went to this underground rap battle in Provo.
Yeah.
And it was just.
Wow, hardcore.
I know. It was because
so
everyone there was white, and like they're like. And it was like a Saturday night, so like they're all wearing like their like rap stuff, and the girls are wearing their crop tops. But they're all gonna hit church up the next day. But some of them were pretty good though. Actually, I don't know what it was. It was like half like rap battle, half like yo mama jokes. Cause
That's funny.
They were like insulting each other via rap, like "you're so fat" and yeah, your mom, and you're just like, oh, chill. I thought we were gonna like rap bars or something.
That's funny. That's really funny.
So outside of music, you like video games.
I'm a Nintendo guy.
Dude, that's
That's kind of where I'm.
What games you
where-
playing on the Switch?
So I just beat Zelda last night, Breath of the Wild.
Fun.
Yeah, it's
That's
way
a
fun.
fun game.
Really fun.
You guys should talk about that because I know nothing about Zelda.
Nothing
Yeah.
about it.
I know nothing about it.
Oh,
I only watched you
it's
play
really,
it.
really, really, really fun.
What's your favorite part of that game? What did you like about that game?
I liked how expansive it was compared to other Zelda games. So like, really you can go anywhere. It's like a world. It's open world. It's kind of like what's the game they always compare it to? Skyrim kind of. It's very open world, but it has like all the like story elements and like I don't know, just like these quirky Zelda, these classic things from Zelda that just like persist throughout every single game.
Like chucking a chicken and then
chucking a chicken
and
and
they get pissed at you.
Yeah, or like if you hit a chicken with your sword, they get mad and they'll attack you. But I also just love, I love the Zelda story. It's just really good.
It's epic. I was so stoked when I got the Master Sword.
Oh yeah, yeah. Spoilers, but like, it felt good. I died like the first 2 times.
Yeah. You're
to
like,
get it.
is this enough hearts? I haven't. I'm not gonna lie. I looked it up. I'm like,
you did?
need 13.
Really? Yeah. Spoiler alert for anyone who's listening to this, but like, yeah, I actually had 12, but I had upgraded my stamina twice.
Oh yeah.
So I just went and traded my stamina back and got.
I didn't know you could trade back.
Yeah, so when you first get to Hateno Village, that kid takes you to that dark statue.
Okay.
And he steals one of your heart containers, and then you can either buy it back from him for like either you can trade it, so you sell it to him. You sell whatever, you can sell your stamina or your heart container, and then you can buy it back and get a stamina or a heart container back. So you can trade it out if you want.
Oh, that was smart then.
Yeah. So I went and got my 13 hearts and got the Master Sword.
Are you excited for that new Mario game?
Mario Odyssey?
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that one.
Is that one it looks open world. Is it open world?
I haven't looked up anything.
Yeah, I know
I've just seen
more open world than other Mario games, like definitely because the hardware can produce way bigger environments, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also the highest rated Mario game. Most Mario games are E.
Oh, that's right. It's E10 plus.
E10. So you got to watch out. Watch out, parents.
Edgy.
My 9-year-old brother can't play it then, I guess.
I think it's because you can throw people off buildings.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Or into
funny.
cars, and they're
In
like,
the level that looks like New York City or whatever.
Oh, that's funny.
everyone's like, it has some GTA vibes. So
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know.
That's really funny.
You into Super Smash Brothers?
I'm terrible at it.
Oh.
I'm like the mash buttons down, and
It's
if
like,
I
"Hey!"
win, it's by chance.
Yeah.
Like 1 out of every 10 times I win.
Dude.
You know,
Well, who's your character?
Link.
Oh man, that's your problem. You gotta move
I
away.
thought Link wasn't half bad.
No, Link
though.
is,
I
but
think
but he's
Link
a
can-
classic. Because he's a
Yeah.
classic. You gotta hit with those new ones.
Yeah.
You gotta hit
Okay.
like, I don't know. I play Zelda. Zelda's my character.
Yeah.
And because she can transform into Sheik. My roommates at BYU Idaho, we played some. It got to the point where like you couldn't even hit me because I know all the dodge moves.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
you would swing. I'd be like, whoa. Yeah,
That's really funny.
And then my grades showed how much time went into Super
Oh,
Smash.
that's
Bros.
hilarious.
Oh man! And then you said you're also into movies.
Love movies.
Give us a good movie that you've been watching that you watched.
that I watched recently.
Yeah, what's a good one?
I just watched the entire Matrix trilogy again.
Oh, dude,
Those
let's
are
talk
good.
about that.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
I really like the Matrix.
Do you-
I was kind of on the bandwagon of hating the sequels for a while, but rewatching them again, I'm like,
They're not that bad.
the stories. I mean, so as far as movies go, I don't think they're as good as the original.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I'm all about like the story and the extent and the idea of we could all be in a simulation.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we're all just sitting in like goopy pods, naked, connected to hardware.
Yeah.
You know, I find it
Bald.
compelling. Yeah.
And slimy.
Oh, when that first scene when he's just like, wah, and in the first one it's like, it's
Yeah.
like pink goo, and you're just
Yeah.
like, wah.
He rips the tube
Yeah,
out.
that was disgusting.
Yeah.
What I think the reason why I like the sequels, I'm really big into like expanding stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so I liked how they expanded off the idea of the first one.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
kept giving me something new. I was like, oh, it's like digging deeper into the world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was apparent by the end of the first one that they had not finished everything, right? Like they didn't win.
They didn't.
They
defeat
didn't
me.
they didn't just destroy everything, you know? Because I mean, Neo makes that phone call, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's really cool. I don't know. Sorry, I'm nerding out a little.
No,
bit
no,
about
nerd
this.
out.
I really like the Animatrix too. Did you ever watch the
I
Animatrix?
did watch the Animatrix.
I like
was
that
super
because
good.
it explains the universe a little bit better.
Yeah, they
that
probably.
they
I wish they
live
had.
in.
I wish they had. I knew it came. I think with the. At one point, it was like a bundle. By
Yeah.
the first one, you also get the Animatrix.
Yeah.
So that's how I watched it.
Uh-huh.
What did you? Did you see any resemblance to Christianity? Because I always get flack. Everyone's like, there's no Christian elements. I'm like, are you kidding me, man? Neo's Jesus.
Yeah, well the idea behind it all is like it's kind of like this like classic. I mean, every epic story has that same savior figure in it.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's just because that's the best story that can be told. Every story does it. Lord of the Rings does it, even though Tolkien said he hated metaphor, right?
Yeah.
He said it, or allegory. He says it. I'm reading Lord of the Rings right now. I'm almost done with Return of the King.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, he said he hates allegory, but like Frodo is obviously this like Frodo, Gandalf, like that. All these people, they're these kind of these like savior, and I think he tried to divide it up so it wouldn't look like that too much, but it still is
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Star Wars,
he
same
divided
thing.
it,
Yeah.
Anakin and Luke are these like
the Skywalker family.
yeah, the Skywalker family is this like savior,
Yeah.
like I don't know, Messiah figure. Almost every good story has that element in it.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. Maybe.
but in terms of like big epics, yeah, you have to have some kind of savior.
Well, yeah, because like
character.
it's the idea. I feel like the idea that is provocative is the somebody's sacrificing themselves for everyone else.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah.
And I think that really is what gets people is like, oh, this person is doing something that they can't do for themselves. Anyway.
Yeah.
The most common one was Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
'Cause that
Narnia.
has direct.
Oh,
Narnia is
yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Narnia.
one is directly knocked
yeah.
off of Christianity.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, C.S. Lewis and Tolkien were friends too, which is
Really?
funny. Yeah, they
Oh,
like.
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Sorry, this is probably not what you want to be talking about on the podcast. But
This is interesting.
C.S. Lewis and Tolkien, they would hang out with each other and like compare notes, and that's actually what would frustrate C.S. Lewis the most about Tolkien was Tolkien hated allegory, and C.S. Lewis does nothing but allegory.
Yeah.
Like if you've
yeah.
read any of his books beyond Narnia, they're either lectures or they're all like allegorical
Screw
for
tape
something.
letters.
Screw tape letters. Have you ever read? My favorite one is The Great Divorce.
I have never read
That one's
that.
I've
awesome.
heard of it. I need to read these though because I hear they're really good.
Yeah, that one's awesome. That Great Divorce is probably my favorite one.
Can you imagine being able to like have a podcast with Tolkien and C.S. Lewis and like listen to them talk?
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
well,
would.
Gandalf, Aslan.
Tell us a little bit about the Great Divorce, like the message behind
So the
it,
message
what it's
behind
about.
it, I mean, it's a heavily Christian theme, but like, it starts out in hell,
Mm-hmm.
and you can take a bus out of hell, and it flies you up to heaven.
Interesting.
And there's all these people on this bus, or first it describes the people that are in hell, and then my favorite part of that was the concept of hell is it's this giant city, and everyone is constantly moving out of their apartment to a new house or to a new apartment or whatever. They can't stay in it for very long.
miserable.
Well, and the reason why is because they hate their neighbors.
Oh.
And it's like,
okay.
and that's like the first mind bomb he drops on you is that hell is a state of mind is where you can't love your neighbor, which is in the Bible, the second great commandment.
Yeah,
is
interesting.
Love your neighbor.
Yeah,
So
that's nuts.
that's the first mind bomb. And then the people like take this bus out of hell, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody who might want to read it, but I'll just sum it up. They get to this paradise area, but I'm trying to remember. There's these angels that come and try to help people get to heaven because the heaven's like beyond the mountains. They have to walk across this field, and the angels are trying to help them realize their flawed thinking still, because they're still like thinking they're in the hell mode where they're
Yeah.
still thinking certain ways, and there's all sorts of people that are there, and it's just really interesting how he deconstructs a lot of like human behavior and human mentality.
C.S. Lewis is nuts when it comes to like Christianity. I mean,
Yeah.
that I want to read that now. The Screw Tape Letters was nuts for me. When I was reading, I was just like, oh my gosh.
When Tyler says nuts, he means really cool, really great.
Yeah, it was just it
No,
was
it is
mind
insane,
opening.
though.
it was
mind-blowing.
yeah it was
It's
have you
insane
read it?
how he gets to the bottom of things.
But I want to.
I was just like, holy crap, like Satan,
Yeah,
devil, you jerk.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's funny how it's like, I mean, aside from my own personal religious beliefs, like it's also just an insanely good breakdown of human behavior and human understanding and human thought, and the little things that get into our head and really just like,
and how we can make decisions based off, and how just like making the smallest decision will,
or just like right and wrong become this very hard thing to navigate after you read Screw Tape Letters.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the TV show Supernatural?
No, I haven't.
There's a spoiler alert, but in season 7, Lucifer is like trapped in hell, so he's like not even like the king anymore of hell.
Yeah.
And there's a new guy, and he's the king of hell. And this angel is like, "Where are we?" And they're in just like this huge like room, and it's just this huge line. And when you go to hell, you go to the back of the line. And it moves like every 5 minutes.
Ugh.
And it's this huge line. And he goes, and the angel's like, what is this? He goes, this is my hell. This is the hell I made for these people. They go, okay. What happens when they get to the front of the line? They go to the back.
Oh.
And it's just this, and like they're stuck, and I was just like, oh,
Rude.
So do you ever when you write your own music? I'm bringing this back to music.
Yeah, that's great.
Because do you ever bring these like influences into your like when you write lyrics or stuff? Like how do you make music? And because it sounds like you read a lot of like this, like when you read, obviously the more knowledge you gain, the more like perspective.
It affects, your
perspective.
your creative process.
Do you put your perspective into your lyrics?
So it's hard to say. I don't write a lot of lyrics.
Okay.
I'm mostly an instrumental guy.
Okay.
I do. I'll write a couple of lines here and there.
But even in your
works.
instrumentals, can you tell like
Definitely.
like there's a theme?
Definitely. There's a lot of ideas in my head, and what I've found helpful is to just, it's really abstract thought, and it's hard to break it down, and it was hard for me to really realize what I was doing when I was doing it until later. When I was really trying, I had kind of a stint of writer's block, and I couldn't, I was trying to make these songs just like happen, or make these song ideas come out, and they just wouldn't happen. And I realized what was the reason is because I wasn't going with, I was trying too hard to come up with like a very specific idea, and less than trying to write how I was feeling, or write what I felt, or write just this knee-jerk reaction stuff that is inside me.
Yeah.
And so I stopped trying to force it, and then I just started going with my gut on a lot of things, and what comes out is stuff that I read about, or stuff that I'm like feeling, and things like that. And that's how I write and compose.
Any plans on releasing your own instrumental stuff?
Someday. I actually started a group, a jazz group. It's like this jazz rock fusion thing.
That sounds sweet.
And we're gonna start playing here pretty soon. I'm talking to a couple people, getting us some gigs booked up in Salt Lake. So
That's tight.
yeah.
How'd you get into jazz? Because a lot of people they have a hard time appreciating what jazz is.
Yeah.
You know?
So first of all, I think people don't appreciate it because they don't know what's out there now. I think when they listen to jazz, they're thinking Glenn Miller, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, like all of those old swing bands, which are amazing.
Yeah,
like I love those. I'll be forever indebted to those men for what they created, and my influences will always be in all the greats. Like
Miles Davis. Yeah.
And Charlie Parker, John Coltrane. Like the list goes on forever and ever. But I think they haven't listened to a lot of modern jazz. And I think that's why people don't identify with it.
What are some modern jazz people that we can listen to?
So,
because I don't appreciate jazz.
I'm really into Christian Scott.
Christian Scott.
He's his full name is Christian Scott Atunde Ajua.
Gosh.
And he just go Christian Scott. You'll find him on iTunes, Spotify, and all that. He's kind of the forefront of like this sonic shift in jazz where it's going hip hop and trap.
Oh,
Whoa.
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we can listen to some of it after this if you guys want.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. And it's really cool stuff. It's really cool. I'm trying to think of who else. Russell Gunn. They're all a lot of these trumpet players are kind of going hip hop. It's just really interesting. And then on the other side of things, you've got like Donnie McCaslin. I don't know if you guys listened to David Bowie's last album, Black Star. But he used Donnie McCaslin and his group for that album, that whole album. And it's a pop album, but you listen to it and it's a jazz album. Like,
interesting.
It's really cool. It's really awesome.
That's sweet.
So they're taking from a lot of rock and pop and jazz, rock and pop and hip hop influences now, because I feel like the up and coming generation in jazz, which is not me yet. Mm-hmm. I feel like you really come into your own as a young guy in your 30s in the jazz community. That's really kind of when it starts, because everyone's like paying their dues in their 20s, you know? I mean, every once in a while there's these freaks that are like 15 years old that are like insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like because that's the music that we grew up listening to.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool music that's not jazz out there. And so they're incorporating that into the jazz that they listen to.
I consider jazz like the coffee beans of music. You know, you kind of like those that smell perfumes, you know, to clear out their... That's what jazz is for me, but I like it because it's always like the old jazz is upbeat and happy. And, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a good palate cleanser.
Yeah, it's all great. Like I don't blame anyone for not getting into jazz. I really love it.
It's like, I don't blame you that you're just wrong.
It is an acquired thing though. Like
no, and it's also like there's also like
it.
an understanding that needs to be there, which a lot of people don't have, and it becomes there's this fine line between entertainment and intellectualism that I feel like really good jazz musicians they toe the line with that. Mm-hmm. They're still entertaining, but they are still intellectually growing as a musician. And then there are some genres out there and some people out there that are just looking to push their mental exertions as far as they can go. And I love that stuff, but I understand why other people don't.
Yeah, there's definitely.
I can too.
It's like movies. There's like entertainment movies, like the Fast and the Furious series, like no substance.
Yeah.
No substance except for family.
Yeah.
Family. And then you have like really good deep movies. Like have you ever seen Sing Street?
Nuh-uh.
Have you seen School of Rock?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say watch School of Rock because it's a classic American music classic. But if you watch Sing Street is like a refined Oscar-worthy version of School of Rock. The music was so good, but the storyline was so refined. It wasn't just this, and it was funny, but it was more fun. It was more intellectual, and that like kind of like with the music. There's entertaining music. And then there's, the music where you go, oh, wow, like I like that they did that. They pushed the boundaries, and I'm enjoying this.
That's really cool.
So what's the next step for the strike? What are you guys' upcoming plans?
We're working on a couple singles right now.
Okay.
And we're going to release those sometime soon, hopefully. And then we're just hitting the road a lot. We're going around playing our music wherever we can.
Yeah.
Trying to spread
the strike.
What's your favorite venue you've played in so far?
With the strike?
Yeah.
Oh man, let me think. Energy Solutions Arena is always fun.
Where's that at?
It's the former Delta Center. Oh, it's Vivint Smart Home Arena now. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That's what it is.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm like one behind.
Same place.
It was Energy Solutions when we first played there, and then we've played there a couple times since, and we opened for Journey there.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
That's
it was
cool.
really fun. It was
That's really
fun.
cool.
Yeah. So that was cool. The Depot in Salt Lake is a fun venue. I really like Velour.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it gets
intimate.
It's hard. It's hard for our band to play in Velour because we're so big. Like,
Yeah.
our sound, like, the perfect Velour band is like an acousticy kind of like
Yeah, definitely.
folky band. Like, the sound in there just sounds so good when you have like, I don't know, Book on Tapeworm. My buddy Scott Shepard.
I've heard them before.
Yeah, they're really awesome. Actually, Scott came out to China with us and hung out with us.
Oh, that's
He just
sick.
flew out and just chilled with us.
He's like, I'll come.
Yeah.
He doesn't even come to your shows. He just goes to the Great Wall. I'm like,
He did. He left. He ditched us like a couple days. So what happened was it was time for him to go home. Like, he wasn't there. He wasn't there playing or anything. So
Yeah.
he came and hung out with us for a couple days, and then he went and saw the Great Wall and then tagged us in it on Facebook.
As you're playing, you're like looking for a notification. What?
yeah, became spirit friends with Matt Damon. Gosh.
That's actually a thing. Some
Oh,
gigs.
man.
I'll pull out my phone and
Oh yeah.
I'll play one-handed keyboards and check my
That's
text
so
or whatever.
funny.
Yeah.
And so where can we find your music? Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, all the everything.
Cool.
We're everywhere. Strikes everywhere.
People look at the strike. Look them up. I'm gonna do it tonight.
Yeah, man.
Marcus, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
No
Yeah, we
problem.
Even though it's not
appreciate it.
Radio Lab. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's like the only podcast I really listen
Oh, yeah?
to. Except for this one. This one's awesome.
Yeah, you'll
Sweet,
listen to
man.
this one now. You're the 100th like. All
Thanks
right.
so much, man. We're
Yeah.
out.